Welcome back to the Encrypted Capital recap for January 1st, 2021. So, Bitcoin is at $29,245 right now. It's going crazy, but it looks like it's about to run into my trend line here. So, I am anticipating a sell off here. I am looking at probably a test of 20K eventually, if not scaring people out even more and dropping lower. But it looks like if it's got any more steam left, it might hit 20K, or I'm sorry, it might hit 30K. But I do expect a correction, definitely down into the 20s, and maybe even scaring people and dropping further. And when that happens, we can expect altcoins to take a massive hit. Normally, when Bitcoin does its corrections and does these, crazy 30% drops, altcoins will get slaughtered, and you'll see a huge massacre happen. Could be upwards of 50% or more for the altcoins. So I have set myself up and close some of my positions that I was in profit in and put some into cash so I can sit on the sidelines and go ahead and buy the massacre. Definitely want to buy when there's blood in the streets. I do anticipate seeing something here shortly in the next couple days, and we'll just keep our eyes out and see what happens here. So next we have Ripple, XRP. So clearly they've been delisted on a bunch of platforms following the SEC's complaint against them. You can just see here all the news that's come out by Business Insider, CoinDesk, Bloomberg. Coinbase is getting sued now for allowing the sale of XRP. XRP's in free fall. Binance is delisting XRP. Coinbase, suing XRP. SEC versus Ripple, trial of the century. So a lot of news is coming out against XRP and Ripple. Definitely not looking too good for them, but I do think this is a great time to buy. I personally have added to my bag at 18.2 cents, and I will continue to buy if it drops lower during this next correction in Bitcoin. So Ripple is planning their first pretrial on February 22nd. So it says the first pretrial conference in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against Ripple for the sale of XRP has been set for 2/22/21. Ripple and the SEC will meet over video call, according to a court order from the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York. So it looks like they're starting to get the wheels rolling on the trial. I did see some news coming up that they're trying to get this taken care of sooner, but both parties have to agree. So let's see what we got next here. So Japan, on December 28th, after all this stuff came out, XRP obviously got slammed in the media, and Japan came out and said that Ripple is not a security, and that SBI is one of their partners. And so I believe the UK also came out and said that Ripple is not a security. So we're going to have a lot of back and forth here. It's going to be kind of hard to follow, who to believe, but I'm still a firm believer that you're going to want to buy when everybody is scared and panicked. And so, like I said, I'm taking action on that. So it says not everyone is turning their backs on XRP, the embattled asset associated with San Francisco-based Ripple Labs. Japan-based financial services SBI released a statement saying that under Japanese law, it is a cryptocurrency asset. So it referenced a research article indicating under Japanese law, it's an asset and not a security in Japan. CoinDesk reported in October Ripple intended to invest in SBI's MoneyTap blockchain-based payment subsidiary, which planned to use RippleNet technology to lower Japanese transfer costs. So, Ripple and XRP are worldwide. It's not just going to be dependent upon what the U.S. deems is a security or not. Even if they do deem XRP a security, which I don't think they're going to, but even if they do, being a security isn't necessarily a bad thing. And so it says SBI is putting lipstick on a pig to try and minimize the damage to its reputation in Japan from the Ripple lawsuit, says Joel Edgerton, Chief Operating Officer of Bitflyer USA, a cryptocurrency exchange that also has a strong presence in Japan. So SBI is an aggressive player in the Japanese financial industry, and it is working to buy the pieces required to make it a leader in Japanese crypto, Edgerton added. However, it has many other regulated businesses that will not want any negative reputation impact. So, like I said, XRP, I don't think is going anywhere. They're working with everybody, and I think this is just a small step backwards and is going to be shaking a lot of people out. I've even been seeing on YouTube a lot of the big YouTubers are taking a step back. Some are taking a break. It's just too much news for them to handle, and in my opinion, everybody wanted to, wish they would have had an opportunity to buy, 20-cent XRP when it was, hitting 70 to 90 cents on Coinbase, and now people have the opportunity to do so, and everybody's freaked out. So like I said, I think Ripple will be just fine. I found this too. So Elon Musk was sued by the SEC over funding secured tweet, and this was back in September of 2018. And I wanted to go ahead and pull up the chart on Tesla, which I'm going to do here in a second. But it said that back then the Securities and Exchange Commission had sued Tesla CEO Elon Musk for securities fraud after his aborted attempt to take the company private earlier this summer. The complaint filed in federal court in the Southern District of New York shows that the SEC is seeking to ban Musk from being able to hold officer or director positions at publicly traded companies, as well as any other damages the court feels are appropriate. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here on Tesla. So this was back September 27, 2018. The shares were trading at approximately, they were in the 40s. I think it was like about $48 or so when that news hit. It took a little bit of a dip down. And then you'll see over the next 823 days, so a little over 2 years here, we've seen a massive explosive growth in Tesla of 1,233%. So SEC makes a charge, prices drop, huge accumulation zone right here, and then they decide to pull the trigger and let the top fly off here roughly November of 2019. So about a year later of accumulation that took place, Tesla skyrockets. So just because the SEC is coming after XRP and Ripple doesn't mean that they can't settle out of court. It doesn't mean that it can't be cleared up and that they will be deemed not a security. And if that does happen, well, all the exchanges are going to halt trading right now. So you won't be able to trade XRP. It'll scare a lot of people. There won't be as much sell pressure taking place. And then if the price does continue to rise up, people won't be able to go in and buy on a US exchange. So the demand will increase outside the US. And if you're not already in XRP in the United States and you don't have an exchange that you can buy on, well, you just might be left out as you sit there and watch the price climb, and you can't buy anything until the exchanges go ahead and desuspend the sale of XRP. So this is very, very interesting to me. All right, so I was looking at this the other day, and there was some data that came out that Grayscale liquidated a massive amount of XRP and XLM. And then within 24 to 48 hours, a Grayscale spokesperson confirmed to Cointelegraph that the fund manager didn't dump massive stakes of XRP and XLM. So this news comes out, everybody hears that Grayscale, one of the biggest cryptocurrency trusts, is dumping their stash and panics the market. And then 24 to 48 hours later, they come out and say, oh, no, that didn't actually happen. We didn't liquidate. And they actually ended up doing what? They actually ended up building their position up. So this tweet from Crypto Whale over here, it says, breaking: Grayscale Trust has made their largest purchase of XRP ever, scooping up another 12.48 million coins on New Year's Eve after the massive panic sell-off. So news comes out, yes, we're liquidating, and then, oh, no, we're not liquidating. They actually are adding to their positions. And so they're doing exactly what I've been talking about the whole time, is buying when there's blood in the streets. And Grayscale, they're no idiots over there. They have one of the largest crypto funds, and they are capitalizing on this SEC news, while everybody in the meantime on YouTube and Twitter, they are all selling their stashes and causing massive panic. So clearly people are setting up to buy the dip, and Grayscale is just another one of those companies that's doing just that. So I love that. I think that's good. So let's go take a look here real quick. So XRP, so their total holdings, 38.88 million. The 24-hour change here, 12,420,000. So they have upped their XRP and XLM, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I have been doing the same thing, and I'm going to continue to do the same thing. So What do we have next here? All right. So, Bittrex, this just happened today, a few hours ago. Bittrex is going to delist the privacy coins Monero, Dash, and Zcash. So, Bittrex announced Friday it will be delisting XMR, ZEC, and Dash, continuing a trend of delisting privacy coins by cryptocurrency exchanges. In a release, the exchange said markets in the coins will be removed on Friday, January 15th. And while Bittrex gave no reason for the removals, exchanges around the world have been moving to delist coins that seek to preserve the privacy of their users as a way to be compliant with so-called KYC, or Know Your Customer, AML, or anti-money laundering regulations that are spreading around the world. So it says, for instance, the U.S. Secret Service has urged Congress to create ways to limit the use of privacy-focused cryptocurrencies. So how are you going to regulate privacy cryptocurrencies? Really, you just have to take care of the on and off ramps to cycle those privacy coins into US dollars and distribute them into your bank account. But as we all know, you can buy and pretty much anything you want with cryptocurrencies. You don't have to go and cash out to USD. So, is this just price manipulation? If you're looking at Dash, let's go ahead and take a look at Dash here. So Dash is currently trading at $91. The all-time high of Dash, if I recall off the top of my head, was about $1,600. So yeah, $1,693. So right now, this asset is more than 17x off of its all-time high, and it's going to start getting delisted. So this is going to start putting selling pressure on the coin, obviously, just like it did with XRP. And I would expect it to come back and test this trend line over here, which looks like it could test roughly $68 to $70, depending on how long this takes to play out. I do have Dash in my portfolio. I actually am sitting in cash, though. I have liquidated, like I said, some of my positions in order to take advantage of the altcoin massacre that I expect to be taking place here soon. But I do have half of my positions still in, because if I am wrong, I want to be protected. So, what else do we have here? So, U.S. Treasury to consider stablecoins a security. This just came out on December 30th. It says that U.S. regulators are considering new legislation that will define stablecoins as security. If the bill is adopted, Tether might face a lawsuit from the SEC. A Twitter user, Real Willy Bot, brought to notice that 5 days ago, the Justice Department ruled that a stablecoin can constitute a security. Quote, depending on its design and other factors, the stablecoin may constitute a security, commodity, or a derivative subject to the U.S. federal securities, commodity, and derivatives laws. Also, if a stablecoin is widely used for retail payments in the United States, additional safeguards may be required to deal with the risks. The issuer will have to implement robust risk management systems, ensuring a one-to-one reserve ratio and adequate financial resources to absorb losses and meet liquidity needs, provide customer protection, and comply with all anti-money laundering requirements. So it goes on to say, if the proposal becomes a law and USDT, the largest and most popular stablecoin, is qualified as a security, it will come with the purview of the federal securities laws. In this case, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission might go after Tether for offering unregistered securities. So, if they go after Tether, this will be detrimental to the cryptocurrency community, at least temporarily, while the lawsuit gets sorted out. It says the story with the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple has clearly demonstrated what can happen to the coin when the regulators go after it. Right now, Tether is number 3 by market cap. So it says, however, when it comes to Tether, the outcome may be catastrophic, actually, like I just mentioned, as it is the backbone of the whole cryptocurrency market with an average daily transaction volume of over 77 billion. So it is the most actively traded coin in the industry, used by virtually all trading platforms and cryptocurrency service providers. Normally, when these guys are cashing out their Bitcoin, they're going to go and hold their money in Tether because they don't want to convert it to actual USD and distribute it to their bank account. They just want to hold it. And that's what Tether is used for, is to hold most of the time, people's profits. And so they can go ahead and enter the market when they see fit. So it says, according to Dragonfly Capital managing partner Hasib Qureshi, the legal action against Tether would be a disaster for the industry. Make no mistake, the day that Tether gets taken down will be apocalyptic. Crypto markets will seize, exchanges will be thrown into disarray, millions of crypto traders will likely have their assets frozen, and prices everywhere will plummet. It will be pronounced yet another death for Bitcoin, he said. So when FX Street reported, Tether may be too big to fail as the industry has become too dependent on USDT. However, according to Hasib Qureshi, Tether's woes won't kill the industry, but rather make it stronger. He goes on to say, but as it always does, crypto will eventually recover, and when the dust settles, we'll enter the third stage of crypto money, he said. So could this whole Tether thing be something that brings down the crypto market, especially this Bitcoin correction that I'm anticipating? I'm not too sure. I do hold some Tether myself, and I am thinking of just converting it and maybe holding it in USD, or actually just going into cash and getting into my bank account. So I'm not too sure. I don't hold too much on there, but I do hold a percentage, and so I think it may be wise just to play it safe. But I do have another article here that talks about the Bitfinex CTO. He says Tether is registered and regulated under FinCEN USDT, and it is not the next target of the US SEC. And this was published one day ago. It says that the CTO at Bitfinex, Paolo Ardoino, has pushed back against rumors that the company's Tether stablecoin may be the next target of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The Bitfinex executive insists that the Tether stablecoin, whose market cap has now surpassed 20 billion, is a properly registered and regulated crypto. It goes on to say that the CTO said while responding to rumors circulating on social media that the USDT stablecoin might fall into a predicament similar to that of Ripple's XRP token. Immediately after the SEC filed to sue Ripple for allegedly violating the Securities Act, the XRP token's value tumbled, which we all know. Additionally, many crypto exchanges that are wary of the implications of the lawsuit have delisted the token. So it says in a tweet from Kai Young Ju, if SEC's next target is Tether, it's going to be very, very bad for this bull run, as this market heavily relying on USDT. USDC is the most legally regulated stablecoin, and it will eventually replace USDT. So you'll notice on Coinbase that they do not have USDT. They actually do use USDC. So that might be an option for anybody looking to convert out of USDT as well. So it says, however, in his reply, the CEO at CryptoQuant, Ardoino, dismisses the rumors and accuses the former of spreading misinformation. The CTO goes on to claim that the company's stablecoin adheres to regulations just like those of its rivals. In a tweet, the CTO says, reminder, Tether is registered and regulated under FinCEN as all the centralized competitors. Strict KYC AML is applied to all Tether Direct users, as the other main issuers are doing. Less regulated, it's just FUD. Ask yourself who benefits from spreading misinformation. So I guess we have two sides of this story here. It remains to be seen if the SEC will go after USDT or if the Bitfinex CTO is correct. I always say just play it safe. You don't want to risk losing your money over keeping it in Tether, especially with all this stuff going on and what we saw happen with XRP. So with that being said, we are done for this episode of the Encrypted Capital recap for Friday, January 1st. If you like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you all in the next video.